good? Cool, me too. Hi, I'm Chuck McStay, and welcome to the Vintage Beat TV, and I want to introduce you today to a very special expert. His name is John Ward, and the reason I'm introducing you to John is because he has the single largest collection of Hummels that I've ever even heard of. And he also happens to know more than I've ever heard of any of the folks, and many of them have come through in the 20 years of our experience. He's just an amazing guy. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Certainly. What I'd like you to do, John, if you could, explain to our viewers the origin of the whole Hummel concept and this whole big business of Hummels.
Okay. M.I. Hummel was an artist. She was educated.
I'm sorry, her name is what?
M.I. Hummel.
Oh, okay.
That's the name that she took when she entered the convent. Her birth name was Berta Victoria Hummel.
Berta Victoria Hummel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She was born in 1909. She went through the normal education. 1925, she went into art school. Got her master's degree in 1929. 1931, she entered the convent. 1933 comes. Franz Goebel, the then owner of Goebel, walked into a card shop, found a card by M.I. Hummel, traced it to the owner, M.I. Hummel, and he wanted to turn her cards, drawings into three-dimensional form.
So she's an artist,
Yes.
a classically trained artist.
Yes.
She ends up in the convent,
Yes.
became a nun in the convent, and this guy Goebel,
William Goebel, yes.
saw a piece of her artwork and actually found her
Yes.
and came up to her and
Yes.
propositioned her for a business relationship.
Yes. And it took 2 years for all the legal stuff too. And 1935 was the first year of production of turning her two-dimensional artwork into three-dimensional form. Case in point, this one. It's normal size, and the color has to match exactly to the two-dimensional art form.
Yeah.
The color palette is at the Goebel factory is 6 feet tall and 12 feet long.
Well, John, let's go back just a little bit to the history. Now, through the time she was born and was going to school, there was World War I,
Yep.
and then there was World War II. And how did that affect a German-born German company?
Most of the companies in Germany then were government controlled. So Goebel had to stop making Hummels to make plates for their army and
Oh, sure.
whatever back in 19.
Diverted it to the war effort.
Yes.
Right, okay. So there was a period of time when they didn't produce.
Did very where after World War II, things came to a screeching halt.
Because of the economy and everything was
Yes.
in ruin.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the few most either one that were burnt just dead due to bombing and etc. They had to basically start from scratch. And
So they had to rebuild the factory
Yes.
and about, what year do you think that they started to go back into mass production?
probably 1946.
1946, so it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So they were industrious folks, and they
Yes.
had a means,
Yes.
and they
Yes.
also must have had demand, because...
Oh yeah. Here and over there, yes. Certain ones will have the USO mark, which told us the collectors that it was still made in Germany, but it was
Under occupation.
yes.
Okay, US occupation,
Yes.
USO.
Yes.
Okay, not the traveling entertainment
No.
group.
No. Unfortunately, M.I. Hummel died in 1947 at the age of 36.
Oh, okay.
She died of consumption as we know it as today as tuberculosis.
Okay.
Um,
What about Franz Goebel?
he, late 60s, he
Late
was,
60s, okay.
from what I hear,
So
he was in his 90s.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I suppose you could try to find this in a book. There's a lot of nuances to what John knows about the Hummel and the origins of the Hummel. And John, I really want to thank you for being a guest on the show and giving us all that information
Thank you.
about the beginnings. And we'll have John back soon to talk further about the Hummels. So thank you for watching, and please be sure to stay in touch. And as always, we look forward to seeing you.